down. Let's make sure.
6-4, one-on-one. They've been tight coverage this entire drive. Gotta love that he backers safeties downhill.
For the fourth time in as many years, and for the third time with everything on the line in the national championship game, Alabama and Clemson going to meet in the college football playoff. Tyler Jacobs joined by our college football analyst here, Michael Felder, and I need you to give me the keys to the game for each team. So let's start with Alabama. If they win yet another national championship, why does it happen?
It's going to be because they find a running back that works. They've got 3 horses in that stable, and I look at them, and they're going to have to cycle through and figure out which guy gives them the best opportunity to run against this stingy Clemson defense. Obviously, you know Damon Harris. He's their leader at that position, been there the longest. They also have Najee Harris, a guy that's just an explosive, still a young running back. But both of those guys have great opportunities if they're looking to jab, 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 and then scoot up the field. But I love this guy, my man Joshua Jacobs. He is the bruiser in the mix. We saw him put in big work against Oklahoma. Those guys look like they were tired of tackling him. If they can block well enough to get Jacobs to the second level, he may be the best option for them. But the key is going to be figure out which one of these guys is the hot hand and then stick with them.
Ride that hot hand in the Alabama backfield. Let's turn to Dabo Swinney's squad. If they get another national title and beat Nick Saban and the Crimson Tide, how does that happen?
Justin Falsinelli controls Quinnen Williams. Nobody's done it all year long.
Easier said than done.
I mean, Creed Humphrey had a long day against Quinnen, but you look at Falsinelli and look what he's been able to do. This is a guy that can move you off the point. He's a guy that plays that a guy that plays his angles exceptionally well. I think he's going to have to work on quickness in this ball game because we know Quinnen Williams loves that quick arm over. He loves the dip down inside and and split the gap, that A gap between the center and the guard. So Falsinelli is going to have a big game to control that defensive line, keep Trevor Lawrence upright, find space for Travis Etienne to do what he does, which is break big ones. It's going to be really interesting to see what type of game he has.
Sounds like you're looking for some old school football here.
Yeah.
Talking about both Alabama and Clemson. Whoever can run the ball, control the line of scrimmage is going to come out on top. Those are the keys to victory for both the Crimson Tide and the Tigers for Monday's College Football National Championship game. Now let's turn it over to our college football insider, Brett McMurphy, and hear who he likes with his prediction.
I think it's going to be high scoring. I mean, Alabama's defense has allowed more than 300 yards passing in their last 2 games against Georgia and Oklahoma. On the flip side, Clemson, in their 2 earlier games this year against SEC opponents, Texas A&M and South Carolina, Clemson's defense allowed an average of 550 yards against those 2 SEC teams. I think ultimately, though, Clemson somehow, some way pulls off the upset. I'll go with Clemson 35, Alabama 31.